Hey everybody, welcome to another Avengers Log. I have no idea what number we're on. Either it's 4, 5, or 6. The number's up there in the title. But anyway, a lot of stuff's been going on this week, both in the comic book world and outside the comic book world over here. So I figured why not make an Avengers Log. You're going to notice right before this video, I uploaded episode 3 of Comic Corner, where I finally reviewed Batman Noel. Now, I shot that 2 days ago, guys. The problem was, let me tell you about personal business-wise. Okay. Very bad to have something with milk in it right before you do a review because you get that phlegm. Anyway, something happened at work with one of my coworkers, and on short notice, I was called in all the rest of this week. So from the middle of the week all the way to today, which is Friday, I've been working, and I've been coming home. You know, I come up, I come online, I talk with a couple of my friends on Skype, and then actually last night especially, I was in the middle of a conversation. Thank God Mike was there, and I just completely KO'd. I knocked out, and I fell asleep, slept all the way through until this morning, where I had to go to work yet again. So I haven't had exactly the amount of time to upload. So I'll have the time tonight. So this will go up right after Comic Corner episode 3. Now, I was gonna shoot an unboxing video, but I figured, why do 3 videos when I'm doing an Avengers Log? Might as well do a pull list instead. So I do have my comic books that I'll be reviewing tomorrow right next to me, still in the bag. I'll do that. I have a bit of news with the comic books. Then we'll get into this. Then we're going to get into news with my channel. First off, comic book news. Marvel, what's going on? You've canceled 6 titles in the past 7 days. Yes, that's right, guys. There's a list of comics. I'll mention them here. I'm not going to talk all about it here, because this is going to be brought up on the podcast again. I am going to be talking about this with everybody else on the podcast, and I am interested in hearing everybody's opinion on it. I'm just going to give my opinion because this is fresh right now. As time goes on, it's going to sink in, and my opinions will possibly change. So I want to give you my initial feelings, and then we'll see whenever we decide to do the podcast how everybody else feels. But I know a couple of people are very pissed off at a few cancellations. First off, Victor Von Doom and Destroyers will not even get to see the light of day. Those 2 miniseries have been scrapped already. Iron Man 2.0, Ghost Rider, X-23, and Dark Wolverine, and I have a feeling I'm missing, and Alpha Flight. We all knew about Alpha Flight already. And Black Panther, Man Without Fear, have all been officially mentioned, put on the block for cancellation in the beginning of 2012. Most of those books don't matter to me. 2 of them do. and Dark Wolverine especially, and X-23. When I told Amber about X-23, you don't want to know her reaction. Let's just leave it at that. But it was anything but happy. Now, I don't understand why. and Dark Wolverine was doing pretty damn good, and X-23 is doing better than Avengers Academy, okay? But yet, Avengers Academy is still being sold, and same with X-Factor. Now, I know X-Factor's on Wolverine's side, but for God's sakes, if X-23 is doing better, if this woman is doing better than freaking X-Factor and Avengers Academy, put those on cancellation first, then cancel X-23 if her sales are still slipping. I mean, yeah, her stories of late have been, yeah, but still, there's potential. You just have to get a good story going with X-23. I mean, come on, seriously, 6 titles you're canceling, Marvel? In light of DC's New 52, where they're selling like crazy, you're really going to start cutting books? Okay. So, that's the news with Marvel. DC has announced, though, they're adding a new book to their ongoings as of next year. Batman Beyond, I believe it's called Unlimited. I'm going to be getting that. 2 reasons. One, Terry McGinnis. I like Batman Beyond. I didn't get it initially before the relaunch because I was collecting a bunch of other things at the time. That has since changed and will continue to change, and I'll talk about that later. So I'm going to be looking forward to the first issue, and then the first issue is going to make or break the series for me. Let's put it that way. But it's going to be $2.99. Well, no, it's a first issue and it's going to be double-sized. It's probably going to be more, but hopefully it will remain on the $2.99 block, because already DC's gone back on its word with 3 books. All-Star Westerns, which is coming out next week. Mike, your decision is going to be next week. Action Comics, which is because they're putting extra bullshit in it. and Justice League, which of course, because it was the flagship of the relaunch, the stupid, retarded relaunch. So, that's why. And by the way, I forgot to lower my phone in case anything happens. I don't want it to go off. Just remember that. So let's get into the Midtown Hall. I have a heavy set. This is probably going to be one of the last times you see an unboxing, at least until February. I would like to say February because I'm not going to be getting any more old books, and I'll explain why when we get into the next part of this Avenger Log. So let's see what we got this week. I got a bunch of books. There with the receipt. Mike, just grab onto it and hold on to it. Okay.
By the way, I'm here. Hello.
Oh, yes, that's right. Mike is behind the camera this time, as opposed to the last episode. Oh, Santa Claus is on this one. Here you go, Mike.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. First off, let's get into some oldie books, and then we'll get into the newbie books. Okay, these are the only old books I have today. I have 3. First one is the the first issue ever of Alpha Flight, with a bunch of first appearances from basically everybody you see on this cover. So Alpha Flight, first appearance is here. Miss Marvel, number 16, the first appearance of Mystique is in this book. And I got this because I believe it's the first comic that Spider-Man guest starred in with this team, and if I'm wrong, please somebody correct me. Avengers 236, Spider-Man and Avenger is in with a question mark. And of course we all know Spider-Man did not become an Avenger until right before Civil War, and then Spidey ended up being on the new Avengers team as opposed to the regular Avengers team. Now I have to take the sticker off this, but I have the final issue of Starborn. Number 12 is in. Speaking of X-23, X-23 number 17. X-23 is rumored to be closing shop at issue 20 or 21. X-Men, which is the only Scott Summers team issues that I'll be getting, but I have a feeling I'm going to probably be dropping that at some point. Wonder Woman number 3. This I wish I could get the poster for, and I'm going to try at some point to get it, just not anytime soon. Venom number 9. My final issue of Transformers, Transformers 30. Supergirl, we're going to get into the super titles in a bit, number 3. Red Hood and the Outlaws, number 3. Something I know Mike's been waiting for, The Punisher, number 5. We got Nightwing, number 3. Legion of Superheroes, number 3. I did not get the polybag, I just got the regular edition of Justice League, number 3. Hulk, number 2. Going back into DC again. Green Lantern Corps, number 3. Yes, I finally picked the right cover artist. Ghostbusters, number 3, with a, this is a homage to Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody with the Ghostbusters on it. I am very happy with that cover. Fear Itself 7.3, Iron Man's cameo. What I've been talking about for a long time, and I will be getting the other 2 issues of this because it's reprinting stuff from the 90s. Superman The Kents, the first 4 issues. It was a 12-issue series. There's going to be another book like this next month, and then it all is going to conclude in January. If you guys missed out on this miniseries like I did, I only have like 1 or 2 issues. Check this book out. It's really nice. Doesn't involve Superman though. We got comic news. Let's see if there's any posters to talk about in this. Nope, there's not. Move that aside. Catwoman number 3. Captain America number 4. Birds of Prey finally on time number 3. I got another sticker I have to take off for Batman number 3. This is the Jim Lee variant. Is it the Jim Lee variant or was it somebody else? No! Next week is it... Jesus Christ, I can't remember. Can I have my receipt 2 seconds? Because now I don't want to lie to you guys or make a mistake, so let's see. Batman's on the top probably. Ivan Reis. I'm so smart. Ivan Reis variant. Jim Lee's next week with, I believe it's The Flash. Avengers 19. And finally, what's been doing really awesome, in my opinion, Amazing Spider-Man 674. Man. Alright, well you guys are going to be seeing these on my Avenger review, my Dark Avenger comic review, so I'm moving the new ones out of the way. Really quick, want to give a spotlight on these 3 books. These 2 are these are going to be the last old books I get for a while. I know I do have one old book I'm putting in next week's order, and there's going to be another old book that's going to be in the following week's order, but it's only a $2 book. That's the only reason why it's going to be in it. Mike's already digging into Punisher.
Yeah, I gotta see what
this book I had to get. I'm sorry, it's going to find its way somewhere on this wall because this cover is just amazing. And I'm going to talk about Avengers in a second. Miss Marvel 16 I got because I like Mystique, and what do you call it? They had it in Midtown in very good condition at a very reasonable price, so I grabbed it. Alpha Flight was uber cheap. It was literally like almost $1, and it's in fine condition. You guys know what I said. Anything that's very good or above, the condition of the book, even this Miss Marvel book, even though it's very good, it's in almost prestige perfect condition. This was a very fine. It was one grade away from near mint, so this is probably like an 8.5. I had to get this in very fine. This was the only copy they had at the time of this book. Okay, so we got the pull list out of the way. Let's go. What do we have, Mike? What time are we at?
11 minutes and 3 seconds.
Perfect. I've got another couple of.
Yeah, I'll keep my eye on the time while I'm reading.
So let's get into personal stuff, guys. First of all, another thing that's been preoccupying my time this week. It was an early Christmas present. I'm going to get into Christmas in a little bit also. It came out, and I knew it was going to sell out, which it did, at least in our area. I got it from Michael, and since we're brothers, you know we share everything. So me and him both have been obsessed and playing a lot of Super Mario 3D Land. I cannot afford any 360 games, but I'll be damned. At least I'll be able to. Have the money to buy like a 3DS game once in a while. This, like I said, is a present to my brother, but both of us are literally hooked on this game. It's really, really good.
And it's crazy at some point.
This is not a video game site. Yeah, and this is not a video game site. I just want to throw that out there that it is, and Tox can vouch for me because he came on last night before I crashed, and Mike was playing the game, and then 2 nights before that, I was playing the game. So it's a really good game. It's fun. It's kid-friendly. I mean, compared to all the first-person shooters that are out there now for the 360, it's the lesser of two evils, so to speak. And who doesn't like Mario? I mean, come on, it's Mario. Okay, now we're going to get into some personal business. I'm leaving the most depressing thing for last. Guys, Christmas is coming up, and times are hard with my family. So, normally I said I would never do this, but so my family can have Christmas, because if I don't get some extra money, my family's not going to be having Christmas this year due to many reasons. They're personal, but for the most part, let's just say me and my mother are the only 2 people working, and our income is just right, and let's leave it at that. I've been getting help getting my comics also, so this way I'll be able to give more money for the house. I'm going to be getting all the stuff I don't want to keep in my collection anymore, comic book wise and DVD wise, and I'm going to be making a video. If you see anything you like, I'm going to mention like roundabout prices. I know I have an extra tin of the 4 Superman movies with the Superman Returns and it's like a 9 DVD set. I have 2 sets. I'm gonna sell one for like $50. It was like $80 when it first came out. I don't care. I'll lose the difference, but that's just an example. I need this. We need to get some extra money together for Christmas. So if you guys see anything you like, I'll be making the video quite soon. I have to go up in the attic and get the comic books that I had on the side that I was going to sell. I was initially going to use them as trading comics to trade for comics for certain series that I wanted, if anybody had it, but seeing as the holiday season's here and I don't want to see my family suffer through Christmas, I'm just going to sell them. If you guys like anything you see, like I said, please feel free to contact me. At the moment, I have nothing to show you guys because, like I said, it's all in the attic. If anybody's interested in the Superman movie tin, you're welcome to message me about it. But I don't have it in front of me. I do have it here, though. They're in A1 condition. I have not watched a single one except Superman 3 to prove if it was the first edition. The problem is the first edition, Superman 3 and 4, the discs were from the Superman collection thing. That's what the 4 Superman, instead of the collector's edition, so they don't have as much bonus material. So I will tell you guys that there's no bonus material for 3 and 4 because they're the older DVDs of 3 and 4, but that's why I have 2. I basically got the newer one with the fixed movie 3 and 4. Anyway, moving off of Christmas, going into comic books. As I said, times are hard. I'm not dealing with the bullshit of DC Comics anymore. Even Marvel. Listen, I went and bought the Fantastic Four issue 600 this past week. That book is $7. At 15% off, it's $6 and change. That is ridiculous for any book. I don't care how thick it's going to be, because you know there's going to be 7 pages of that bullshit that they've been putting in every single Marvel book. And I agree with you, Comic Noob. This is ridiculous how in every single book 7 pages is taken up by Avengers Extinction. We know it's going to be good. We know Ed McGuinness is in it. I'm going to know these first 7 pages verbatim. For fuck's sake, stop putting them in every single comic book. I'm almost sure that some of those Marvel books have it. But in light of that, and in light of I'm dealing, you know, I've dealt with a lot of retcon when it comes to DC Comics, and I've, for the most part, been good. I've very rarely voiced any negative opinions. You know, I'll be honest, Batman didn't change, so I can't voice anything negative about Batman. It's been going great, all of his books. But Batman, the title Batman, has been the best. Aquaman has risen from the shit list, in my opinion. He's really good now, thanks to Jeff Johns. I mean, Jeff Johns really, he's got it on key with Aquaman. Even Green Lantern. Green Lantern's just continuing along like nothing ever happened, which is another good thing. However, this week Justice League number 3 came out, and it was on the news, on the comic news, and you can check it out. I believe it's on Newsarama. There were 5 more changes done to the DC Universe, and most of them are not bad, not that important. Then I saw one that I cannot ignore. In the old or original DCU, Superman did not believe in killing. Even if there were monsters he was fighting, he did not believe in killing. He didn't even kill Doomsday. Guys, you do realize Superman did not kill Doomsday. Doomsday died on his own during the Imperex War, and then he was cloned a bunch of times. But Superman never killed anyone. And actually there was a debate about him killing Cyborg when he first returned from the dead. And I believe he knew he wasn't killing Cyborg because Cyborg was a machine. So don't give me none of that. He killed Cyborg, because Cyborg's still alive anyway. So you can't say he killed Cyborg. Or at least I think he is. Now, if you guys remember what I said I deal with anything they threw at me with Superman. And I've been dealing with it, and I've not been liking it because he's so different. That was the straw that broke my camel's back. Superman, they could do a lot of things to Superman, but when they take away his I'm not going to kill part of his personality, I don't care what anybody says. Listen, guys, it wasn't about the superpowers. Everybody's saying how Superman was so unbelievable. He was so super. Nobody could be like him. Everybody wanted to be like Batman because Batman was more believable. It wasn't the superpowers that made Superman. It was the ideals and the values that he had that made Superman. Not the superpowers. The leaping tall buildings in a single bound and being able to see through walls and lift unbelievable amounts of weight. That's not what made Superman. What made Superman was what he represented and what he stood for, not what he could do with his powers. It wasn't his feats that made him the Superman that we all know and love. It was what he represented. And damn all of you for saying this new badass Superman is better than the old one. Excuse me, it wasn't what he could do, it was what he stood for. That's what made Superman, Superman, in my opinion. Not what he could do with his superpowers, because to hell with his superpowers. They've stripped Superman of his superpowers so many times in the past 25 years of his relaunch existence. He didn't even have his superpowers half the time. When Final Night happened, powers were gone for a while. When Infinite Crisis happened, not Infinite Crisis, Infinite Crisis happened, lost his powers. The man lost his powers several times. It wasn't about the superpowers. The superpowers helped him, but it was what he stood for that people were supposed to enjoy and look up to. Not the feats, not anything like that. So anybody who's liking the new Superman, I'm glad you're liking him. But let me tell you something. He's not Superman. Okay? He's not Superman. He is a sad retcon version of the person that people should have been looking up to. I don't care that he was unbelievable. Of course he's unbelievable. Comic books are fantasy. It's not about the superpowers, or in Batman's case, the person who has no superpowers. It's about what they stand for. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people are like, well, Superman was like the ultimate Boy Scout with superpowers. You can't be like Superman because he flies and everything. It wasn't about the flying. It wasn't about the heat vision. It wasn't even about like the whole alien from another planet. It was about growing up as a Southern boy and having the ideals that only a mother and father could teach you. Now, I know that when Superman was first created, his mother and father died. Look, I don't care that they killed Jonathan and Martha Kent again. That's fine. But when you retcon a character so drastically, you know, you take him from representing and, you know, standing for truth and everything like that up here, and you put him down here where he's now a badass and killing is an option. Superman never killed. Even back in the 80s, 70s, and 60s, Superman never killed. Ever. It was never... Even monsters he wouldn't kill. Unless, of course, there were certain types of... He wouldn't kill a living being. Even in Justice League Unlimited, when he faced Darkseid, he didn't even say, I'm going to release all my power on you and destroy you. No. He said, with you, I can actually cut loose because I know if I punch you with all my strength, it's not going to kill you. Superman doesn't kill. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. So I've been thinking about it all week, since Wednesday, since the thing was announced. And effective immediately, as of December 1st, I'm dropping every single Superman title in protest. On my behalf. Now, I know one buyer isn't going to make a difference, and I already know Superman's halfway out the door. I cannot back up this Superman anymore. I will, however, be going back in time, you know, back past years, and I will be buying some old Superman. This is the Superman I look up to, and when I say I have the tattoo of the S on my chest over here, that's the Superman I'm talking about. Not this new one. I'm sorry, but badass is not Superman. The Boy Scout, the man that doesn't believe in killing, the man that, like, it wasn't the man that you look up to as a father figure or a mentor, that's Superman. This new Superman, I couldn't look up to him if you paid me. He seems more like an emo, I can't be around people because it's bad because I'm an alien. He's a mix between an emo and a badass. So he's an emo badass. Guys, enjoy this Superman. I'm not going to I'm not going to say this anymore. But to hell with anybody who says this Superman's better, because you know what? It wasn't about the powers. It was about what he stood for, what he represented, and how he presented himself. Not about leaping tall buildings in a single bound. Those were just extras. It's the man. You take away Superman's superpowers 2-to-1, he would have ended up like Batman. I promise you, he probably would have ended up like Batman. My opinion. But yes, that's the major announcement. I am dropping every single super title, which includes Superman, Action Comics, Supergirl, and Superboy, effective immediately. I know I already bought Superman next week. I'm finishing off this month, and then I'm done with Superman forever. I'm not picking up another Superman book until either they bring back the Superman I know, or they do another relaunch, which we all know will take, what, 25 years? And then I'll see about the new Superman. But until then, I am dropping every single Superman title. You will not be seeing any New Age Superman books on my reviews as of December 1st, 2011. I am stopping the series that got me into collecting comic books way back in 1998. The series is coming to an end in December 2011. That's 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 13 years, approximately, Michael? Would you say, of superhero?
Yeah.
1998 to 2008's 10, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3 years, 13 years, yeah. I just want to make sure I got it right. 13 years of comic collecting, and not just 13 years. I'm talking way back in the early 90s, in the 80s. Thank you, Dawkins, for this one. This was back in the earlier days. I'm done with this new crappy, in my opinion, Superman. You all can enjoy him. I know one sale, one person isn't going to make a difference when it comes to Superman. I wish I could convince the entire world that it's wrong what they did to Superman, that it wasn't his powers. It was what he represented that mattered. Not what he could do with his powers, but what he stood for with them. But listen, you guys are going to buy what you want, and you're not going to care about my opinion when it comes to Superman, because I'm biased. And I'm proud to say I'm biased. I love the modern age Superman. Always have, always will. And when I say I got that S on my chest, like I said, that's his S. That's his S. That's his S. That's all the S, Superman on this wall's S. Not the crappy new one that you guys are seeing in Justice League and in all the other super books. I'm sorry. When they said Superman's willing to kill, that's when I drew the line. That's when I said that's not the Superman that I could look up to anymore. And I'm done with it. I was going to leave the depressing news for last, but I decided to end this on an upbeat. I am thinking, however, in the beginning of next year, I have no idea when. It depends whenever my money comes back, because Lord knows most of my money is going to go out for Christmas this year. Whenever I get my money back going, I am thinking about doing a full run of a series. Pete has done it on Pete's Basement. He did a full run of Amazing Spider-Man. He got from issue 1 all the way through to current day. What I was thinking was getting Avengers. Now, Avengers has about 4 or 5 volumes. That's a lot of volumes. But in each volume, the first one and I believe the third one were the longest runs. The first one, I believe it went to like 400 or maybe less. I don't know. I have to look it up. But I'm thinking of picking a series and dedicating myself to getting from issue 1 all the way through to the current day issue and continuing on. Now, I was doing that with Spawn, but once I got to issue 100, every single issue disappeared, and now with this Jim Downing's thing, I don't want to continue Spawn anyway. So, Spawn has gone off that list. Now, I was thinking, I'm the Dark Avenger. Maybe I'll start an Avengers run. Go from Avengers #1, which I'm sure is worth about $500–600, all the way through to now. But 123 Comic Man actually made me think. The Avengers movie's coming out. That's going to bump the price up on all the books, all the way through till this time next year, maybe further, especially if the movie does good. Bad time to pick the Avengers, but I'm willing to take the risk. Because I don't think, I'm going to start from now and work my way backwards. So maybe by the time I get all the way back to the very beginning of the Avengers, the books will have gone down. If not, then I'm screwed. What can I say? What are we at?
28 minutes on the dot.
Alright guys, so I'm at 28 minutes. Any suggestions for series, let me know. Let me know about this cancellation with Marvel. And I'll see you guys in the next comic book review. And yeah, DC, you lost the Superman collector. You lost your Superman fan. Bring back the old, you'll find me buying his books again. Anyway guys, take care. I'll see you tomorrow on my Dark Avenger comic book review. Take care everybody.